As we wind down 2024, it's time to get ready for the 2025 LEGO releases. And having seen a few pictures so far, I like what I'm seeing, and there are a lot of great sets across a number of themes. Today, I want to talk about one of those themes that I think happens to be close to a perfect theme. That is the Botanicals, which LEGO has announced is splitting off from Icons to be on its own. So in this video, I'm going to break down 3 characteristics of what make a perfect theme and how the January 2025 Botanicals releases fit in with that. I think there are a couple of themes that are pretty close to being perfect, and as I thought about this, I wanted to ask myself, what makes for a perfect theme? And as I thought a little bit here and there, I came across 3 different characteristics. The botanical sets made a name for themselves rather quickly because they embrace the first pillar of a perfect theme, and that is that you have an engaging building experience. They do this through 3 things. Number 1, they have some new colors and new pieces. They also have some advanced building techniques and angles, and they are full of nice parts usage. Take, for example, the sunflowers from 2022, which use paddles as parts of their petals. It's a very fascinating technique, but also shows just how infinite the possibilities are when you build with LEGO. The second aspect of a perfect theme is that all or nearly all of the sets are highly regarded. In the case of the Botanicals, if you cruise through Brickset, nearly all of them are rated 4.0 out of 5 or higher, including the affordable sets in the $15 range. In fact, the lowest rated set in the Botanicals theme is the Daffodils set, which has a 3.6 rating. For reference, if you look at City or Ninjago or Friends, other evergreen themes, you'll notice that some sets come in below that rating here on Brickset. The third component of a perfect theme is value, which I understand is very subjective. But there aren't any crazy expensive sets, as the priciest prior to 2025 comes in at $100. If you like the price per piece ratio, you'll love this theme, as it falls routinely under the arbitrary 10-cent per piece thresholds that some fans use. While many of the pieces are small, the builds themselves are substantive, as the botanical sets that we have or that our friends have that we've seen up close and personal definitely show off a substantive build and a good value overall. With those 3 characteristics in mind, let's go ahead and dive into the January 2025 offerings from the Botanicals to see just how they fit in with them. Let's start with building techniques, angles, and nice parts usage. Even my least favorite of the bunch, the Lucky Bamboo, satisfies this standard. Check it out. They use boat studs and 2x2 tiles and light blade for stones, Unikitty tails at the display base, which also appeared in the Chrysanthemum and other similar style sets, the 2x2 cylinder pieces with the axle slot to break up the bamboo shoot, and there are some angles using a simple clip and bar technique. The Mini Orchid repeats this Unikitty tail technique, but takes things up a notch by using light nougat colored shields as flower petals. This is brilliant. There's also a smoothness to the leaves along with some interesting angles. We're also getting the quarter dome piece in that nougat color for the first time, along with the 3x3 curved corner in green for just the second time. We're also getting the tulip in lime green for the first time. The pretty pink flower bouquet it's just so good. So good. There are shields again being used as petals, axes that are being used as petals in 2 shades of orange. You have different flower pieces, petals of all shapes and sizes, tons of different angles being thrown around, and it's incredible. This really is a set that would be noticed by non-LEGO fans as being impressive. Other noteworthy observations include us getting the new rose piece in white for the first time, the 1x2 fern pieces in dark red for the first time, the armor piece in bright pink for the first time, triangle tiles in light nougat or flesh for the 3rd time, and the mud guard in bright pink for the first time. This is definitely such a good set that it's made my wanted list for January 2025. The biggest set of the bunch is the flower arrangement, which is the first botanical set to retail over $100 in this case $110. It comes with nearly 1,200 pieces, but it showcases just how creative this line really is. The larger white base gives the set some heft, but of course the flowers are where this set shines. Check out the purple butterflies here, or the cool yellow umbrellas, which we're getting for the first time since 1998. The clamshells we're also getting in cool yellow for the second time. The crowns with a bar piece in orange for the first time, possibly some minifig wands in lime green for the first time, orange leaf pieces for the first time, and a bunch of pieces in the new reddish orange color. Evaluating these three characteristics in the context of the January 2025 releases, I think we're seeing quite a bit of headway. So looking at the first characteristic, do we have an engaging building experience? They all offer that. Certainly the three bigger ones, maybe not the Lucky Bamboo as much as the others, but they all do a pretty nice job overall. We get a lot of really interesting parts usage and building techniques, angles, and just it looks like they'll be a lot of fun to build. The second one is value. Again, the Mini Orchid may not be perfect when it comes to that, but the other ones come in, I think, at a fair price if the size is in keeping with other ones that I've seen up close and personal. Now, the Mini Orchid is maybe the first botanical set to come in at over 10 cents per piece, but I'm not going to hold that too much against them if you've got a lot of new colors and things like that in a set. Now, the third characteristic in terms of being highly regarded, we won't really know that until the sets are released and people start reviewing them and putting in ratings on Brickset, so time will only tell when it comes to that. However, there is one big downside to this theme that I know a lot of you might be thinking about right now as you watch this video, and that is it's not minifig scale and there are no minifigs, right? That is a huge part of LEGO's identity. They use minifigs in a lot of their themes. It's something that attracts fans to the product, and without minifigs, it's hard to make the argument this could be a perfect theme. So I know some of you are thinking that right now. But I will say this, there's a trade-off, and there are also some trickle-down effects of not having minifigs, right? So we know that LEGO is trying to aim at a certain price per piece or price per set margin for their products. Not having minifigs allows them to put more of the budget into developing new pieces or new colors, which means that other themes, whether you're a Ninjago fan, a City fan, a Lord of the Rings fan, Star Wars, you name it, they can all benefit from this heightened budget that the Botanicals is getting because they don't have minifigs. And that's one of the reasons why I really like this theme, is at some point we'll see those pieces in the themes that we might be getting more often than not. At this point, we only have one botanical set, and then we have a lot of friends who have some botanical sets that we've looked at that all look fantastic, but I know we're going to be getting some of those pieces later on down the line. So overall, this is, I think, pretty close to a perfect theme. There are some others I've been thinking about that might fit in that, but I'm curious to know what you think, if you have any themes that you think are close to or perfect, if you have the same criteria for perfect themes as I might have, and put down in the comments below what you think about all of that. Thanks for watching, and always remember to keep building together.